The concept of Superman's evolution refers to the dynamic transformation and adaptation of the iconic character Superman over the years, reflecting broader cultural, social, and technological shifts. Originally introduced in 1938 by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, Superman has undergone numerous changes in his abilities, costume, personality, and the themes explored in his stories. These evolutions showcase the character's enduring relevance and adaptability, helping him remain a significant figure in popular culture across different generations. The significance of understanding Superman's evolution lies in recognizing how a fictional character can mirror society's aspirations, fears, and moral values. Superman's trajectory from a simple, powerful hero to a complex, nuanced character highlights how storytelling evolves to address contemporary issues and remains relevant to its audience. His evolution exemplifies the broader narrative of comic book heroes, transitioning from one-dimensional figures to intricate personas dealing with real-world dilemmas. One specific example of Superman's evolution is his origin story's reinvention over time. Originally portrayed as an alien with extraordinary powers on Earth, his backstory has been reinterpreted to explore themes like immigration, identity, and the search for belonging, resonating with diverse audiences. Another example is the shift in his power levels and moral code. During the Golden Age, Superman's powers were modest compared to today's near-godlike abilities, allowing writers to delve deeper into moral complexities and ethical challenges, pushing the boundaries of what it means to be a hero. Supportive opinions assert that Superman's evolution demonstrates the character's resilience and importance in exploring modern societal challenges. As society changes, so does the need for narratives that can reflect and address these shifts. Critics, however, might argue that certain iterations of Superman stray too far from original intentions, losing the essence that made him beloved. Others point out that frequent reboots can dilute character consistency, making it challenging for new audiences to connect. Finally, Superman's evolution influences other aspects of the character and broader pop culture by setting a precedent for the development of superheroes. His changes in response to cultural trends pave the way for other characters to undergo similar transformations, ensuring the superhero genre remains innovative and reflective of the times. Understanding Superman's evolution provides insight into the narrative possibilities of long-standing characters and highlights the impact of societal change on storytelling. By examining this evolution, audiences can appreciate not just the hero's legacy, but also the ever-shifting landscape of popular culture. The heading, Superman's Evolution, encompasses the transformation of the Superman character since his inception in 1938. This evolution involves changes in his powers, personality, cultural significance, and his portrayal in various media. Initially, Superman was conceived as a champion of the oppressed with a limited set of powers. Over time, his abilities expanded dramatically, enhancing his appeal and enabling him to tackle increasingly formidable foes and narratives. Superman's evolution signifies the changing societal values and interests over the decades. One key example of Superman's evolution is seen in his power set. Originally, he could leap great distances but not fly. As audiences demanded more from their superheroes, he was endowed with abilities like flight, heat vision, and super breath. This elevated his status to an iconic hero of almost mythic proportions and allowed for more complex stories. Another example is Superman's shift from a harsh justice seeker to a beacon of hope, mirroring societal shifts towards ideals of compassion and leadership. Supporters argue that Superman's adaptability is crucial for maintaining his relevance. As culture evolves, so must its icons. Superman's ongoing transformation ensures that he continues to resonate with new generations. His stories have been reflective of or reactions to contemporary issues, such as the depiction of social justice or patriotism during wartime, which maintains his role as a mirror of society. However, the evolution of Superman is not without controversy. Purists argue that alterations to his character dilute the original vision of Siegel and Shuster, his creators. Specifically, increasing his powers has sometimes led to narrative challenges, as it becomes difficult to create credible threats for him. Additionally, shifts in characterization may alienate longtime fans who cherish the traditional portrayal of Superman. Superman's evolution influences the larger superhero genre by setting a precedent for character adaptation. Icons like Batman and Wonder Woman have similarly evolved, each taking cues from Superman's successes and missteps to refine their narratives and maintain relevance. Superman's continuous evolution ensures that he remains a foundational figure in both comic history and popular culture, demonstrating that even the seemingly invincible must grow and change to endure. This constant evolution emphasizes the wider narrative that superheroes, while fantastical, are ultimately a reflection of the human experience, adapting and evolving with the tide of societal change. The creation and golden age of Superman marks the inception of one of the most iconic superheroes in comic book history, born from the imaginations of Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster in the late 1930s. This period, commonly referred to as the Golden Age of comic books, is where Superman first emerged, fundamentally shaping the superhero genre. The creation of Superman was initially published in Action Comics #1 in 1938, introducing readers to a character who possessed extraordinary powers and a moral compass that set the standard for future superheroes. This era is significant because it laid the foundational archetype for superhero storytelling: a character with a dual identity, a clear sense of justice, and abilities beyond those of ordinary humans. Superman's introduction was culturally and historically significant as it coincided with the Great Depression and pre-World War II era, providing a symbol of hope and resilience to the American public. As an example, Superman's extraordinary feats and his battles against corrupt politicians and criminals tapped into a societal desire for social justice and provided escapism during difficult times. Another instance is how Superman was depicted not only as a hero saving Metropolis, but often tackling issues of corruption and tyranny, reflecting the public's yearning for truth and justice in tumultuous times. Widely regarded within the comic book community, Superman's creation is often credited with kickstarting the superhero genre. Many writers and historians, such as Larry Tye, author of Superman, The High-Flying History of America's Most Enduring Hero, emphasize Superman's role as the prototype for superheroes, with attributes that informed the development of countless other characters across multiple comic book universes. However, the Golden Age was not without its challenges and controversies. Critics argue that the character's early depictions were simplistic, focusing more on action than on complex storytelling or character development. Moreover, Superman's invulnerability led to debates about the limits of his powers and how these often resulted in predictable storylines. Detractors also highlight the relatively simplistic moral universe presented in early comics, which lacked the nuance and depth appreciated in later narratives. The Golden Age of Superman connects deeply with Superman's evolution into a multifaceted character. This early period influenced his portrayals in television, film, and subsequent comic book iterations, continually reshaping his role in the superhero canon. Superman's basic tenets: his virtues, challenges, and conflicts, established during the Golden Age, form the bedrock upon which all later adaptations and evolutions have been built, making this era indispensable in understanding the character's growth and enduring legacy. Let's consider the heading, Superman's Evolution Through Media. This concept refers to how the character of Superman has developed over time across various forms of media, including comic books, radio, television, films, and video games. This evolution is significant because it highlights not only the adaptability of Superman's character, but also the changing cultural, technological, and social landscapes that have influenced his portrayal. Superman's evolution through media has witnessed pivotal moments. One notable example is the 1978 film Superman, starring Christopher Reeve, which redefined superhero movies with its groundbreaking special effects and a poignant narrative that emphasized Superman's humanity. Another example is the 1992 Death of Superman comic arc, which showcased the vulnerability of an otherwise invincible character, resonating with audiences and reflecting societal fears and uncertainties of the time. Many support the idea that Superman's evolution reflects the societal values and issues prevalent during different eras. Critics argue that his adaptability has contributed to his longevity as a character, asserting that each iteration of Superman serves as a mirror to contemporary society. Supporters celebrate his continued relevance, seeing his evolving portrayal as a testament to the character's universal appeal and symbolic nature as a cultural icon of hope and justice. However, challenges arise when examining Superman's evolution through media. Some argue that frequent reinterpretations risk diluting the character's core essence, leading to inconsistencies in his portrayal. There's also controversy over whether these changes have always respected the spirit of the original character created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster in 1938. For instance, some purists believe that darker, more complex portrayals seen in recent films like Man of Steel deviate too far from the optimistic hero that Superman traditionally embodies. The evolution of Superman through media is interconnected with broader aspects of his character's development, such as thematic shifts from championing American values during World War II to addressing global issues in contemporary iterations. As Superman adapts to new media, this influences his ability to engage new audiences and maintain cultural relevance. Ultimately, Superman's evolution through various media forms is a testament to his enduring appeal and flexibility as a character. It illustrates the delicate balance between staying true to the core elements that define him and adapting those elements to reflect an ever-changing world. This dynamic progression ensures that Superman continues to inspire and captivate audiences across generations.